This is the only deck of playing cards that I've ever seen that is marked in 5 different ways. So today I'm going to teach you all 5 ways to read this deck. The first marking on it is a red versus black marking. If you just look at the upper left corner, you'll see that this anchor touches the border. But if you look in the upper left corner of this one, this anchor does not touch the border. So if it touches the border, that means it's going to be a red card, either a heart or a diamond. And if it does not touch it, that means it's going to be a black card, a spade, or a club. The second marking is what they call a round flat indicator. If you look at the second anchor, the one right below the one we looked at last time, this one at the top leans to the right, where the next one is going to lean to the left. You'll see that all of these here lean the same way, and all of these lean the other. All the ones that lean right are going to be either a king, jack, 7, 5, 4, 3, or ace. This part does not specify the suit, it just specifies that it's going to be one of these values. And if it's one of the ones that leans left, it's going to be a queen, 10, 9, 8, 6, or 2. Now I'm going to want you to look at the third one, 1, 2, 3, and as I riffle through it, notice which way that one leans. You're going to see that it's going to go back and forth every time, just like that. This one here going to lean to the left, now this one leans to the right. But if I flipped it around, currently you can see that one's leaning left. If I go like this, now it's leaning right. This way it leans left, this way it leans right. This is a one-way marking. A great example of a one-way face card would be the 7 of diamonds. Clearly, if you have it this way versus if you have it this way, it's going to change what the card looks like, because this diamond in the middle is going to go from the bottom to the top or vice versa. A two-way card could be something like the 3 of diamonds, where if you have it this way, or if you have it this way, it doesn't change what the card looks like. So with this back design, it's going to be more like the 7 of diamonds, to where no matter which way you turn it, you'll know which way it's supposed to go. Now onto the fourth way that this deck is marked, we're going to get onto the values. There's 13 different values, so 13 different ways to read it. And as long as you can read an analog clock, then you can read this back design. The anchor that indicated the red and black ones is going to point to this one right here. This is going to be the one that you're going to have to look at to see what the value is. Now this one points a little bit to the right of just being straight up. This one points a little bit farther. This one's going to be straight sideways. Now we're going to get a little bit lower and lower until we're straight down. Then going back up until we're straight across. Then all the way back up until we're straight up. And then a second one that's straight up, and I'll explain that in a second. So this is going to be the same way as the clock. So if it's going to be a little bit off to the side, that's going to be an ace. If you're a little bit farther down, almost to this where it's straight sideways, now we're at a 2. Straight sideways is a 3, the same way that you go all the way around the clock. 4 is a little bit below. 5 is to a point to where it's almost straight down. 6 is straight down. 7 is going to be closer to straight down, but on the other side. 8 is almost back to sideways. 9 is sideways. 10 is going to be closer to 9. Jack is going to be closer to straight up. And then of course queen is going to be straight up in the air. Now what is going to be the difference between the queen and the king, considering they both go straight? Well, if you look at the little circle at the end of it, you're going to see that the king has it filled in where the queen does not. So all the way at the bottom there, or all the way at the bottom here, you're going to see that this one is not filled in, which means it's a queen. The way you can always know that is the rest of them are not filled in. The only one that's going to be filled in is going to be the 4 kings, which is why this one, you can see that right there has no circle there, where the rest of the anchors on the rest of the back design would. Now we're on to the 4 suits, and you're going to look at the same one that you had for the values and just go 1 to the right. Now this one looks at the top left, this one is top right, this one is bottom right, and this one is bottom left. It just goes in a little circle there. Now the first one you're going to look at is going to be a club, then you're going to go on to hearts, then spades, and then diamonds. And the best way for you to remember this, club, heart, spade, diamond, is if you just take the first letter of each of them, C, H, S, D. All you have to do is add in a couple vowels there, C, H, A, S, E, D, and you get the word chased. So you can always remember this order, top left, go in a circle clockwise, and you'll be able to remember the order of these 4 suits. Now there's way more to this deck than just the marking system. There's way more things specifically for Magic than just the marking system, including some of the extra cards. So one of which you'll have a Ace of Hearts, and a Joker on the back. You have a lot of extra ad cards in here and a lot of extra things that'll be great for Magic. And if you want to know what all of those are, I'd check out the full deck review that I posted on Wednesday. You can check that out right here. And if you want the cards, you can check them out right here. Or if you're like, this marked deck isn't for me, but I would love to see a different marked deck review, you can check it out right there for the whole playlist of all of the marked decks I've checked out. Subscribe for more videos just like this one. I'll catch you guys in the next video. This is CPM, signing off.